75 seconds will go on the clock. And you get 3 attempts at each dunk. The first dunk that you make, regardless of how spectacular or otherwise it is, that's the one that will be counted. So crucial that these players get it right, and a dunk is considered completed if the ball goes through the rim. So, first to go, Kilganon. Oh my goodness! Reaching for the hoop, taking it off the tee of one of the dancers. No looking at the hoop, but knowing where the hoop is. Exploding off 2 feet to go over the dancer, reaching around. Where's the hoop? There it is. Terrific. With the hand behind the back style as well. Explosive athleticism. Balletic grace. And Kilganon from Canada has just set the bar incredibly high in this semi-final because he has got 10s across the board. So, how can Rafal, Lipek, Lipinski respond? Oh, now that's nice. The toss was timed perfectly. He likes it, a little bit of swagger. 28. But it was high flying. Brought the ball down low and then wrapped it around with the cuff between the legs, East Bay funk dunk style. Reminiscent of J.R. Ryder, Vince Carter, and all the other outstanding dunkers who have done that over the years. Here comes Renkiel. Oh, now he tried to squeak that home. 2 more attempts to go at this particular dunk. On this attempt number 1, toss to himself, off 2 feet, underneath the rim, just run out of rides at the crucial time. Got to do something spectacular here on this 3rd attempt, because unless the other 2 dunkers, Kilganon and Lipinski, were to fluff out in the 2nd round, it's going to be very difficult. Still 35 seconds on the clock. So Renkiel goes to the ball toss, off 2 feet, and gets the reverse. Throw down to go. Nicely timed leap, off 2 feet. 7 and 6, 20 points on his first dunk attempt, off 2 feet from Renkiel. So Kilganon, the first to go on his 2nd and final dunk at this semi-final stage. Again, he's employing somebody to serve as a T. Just wanting to get that perfect, and you can see just how high that is in comparison. It's above Kilganon's eye level. His waist is lower than the waist of the man serving as the T. So how high is his center of gravity around his hips going to have to soar? That's a good 3 feet plus of vertical leap. Clock's ticking here. It's already below 40. And mission impossible, Kilganon attempting a brand new dunk for the first time. Here he goes. Oh, that's nice! Evoking memories of Karl Malone, the mailman, as he put the left hand behind the head, picked up the ball off the tee, and cuff dunked it home. Wonderful control, fantastic artistry, and explosive athleticism. The mailman used to put that left hand behind the head when he used to rumble his way to the hoop in his days of yore with the Utah Jazz. This one far more explosive, off 2 feet, than the human bulldozer Karl Malone. But 10s across the board again. So here comes Lipinski. The reigning champion looking to book his place in the final. Here's the toss. Oh! His intentions were clear. Will he try the same dunk again? 40 seconds remaining on the clock. Lots of time. Poor toss on that occasion. So we're down to the 30-second mark now. At some point, he may have to abort this dunk and just go for something safe. Here's a fancy toss. Reverse dunk. He jumped to pass, wrapped the ball around his body, got it off the glass. So we've got 27 points on that dunk attempt. Kilganon had maximums in both rounds. Nice dunk net, because there was a fancy ball toss before, up high, and reversing it home. So 55 across 2 rounds. 55 across 2 rounds for Lipek Lipinski. Renkiel unsuccessful with his first. So Renkiel with 40 seconds on the clock, attempting his second dunk. With this, his second attempt. Tries the windmill, but couldn't get above the hoop. So 1 attempt remains for Renkiel. He used this windmill to qualify yesterday, executed it really impressively. Can he discover the similar type of bounce and timing again? There's the toss. Oh, and he got up high. Whipped it around ferociously, but 0 for 3 in terms of attempts on his second dunk, so scoreless. He carries through the first total of 20 points. But Renkiel eliminated at the semi-final stage. The final is between Rafal Lipek Lipinski, the defending champion, and Jordan Mission Impossible Kilganon. Both men have demonstrated a high degree of artistry. 3 dunk attempts to come in the final. Head up by the hoop, just testing out his hops. Kilganon, a motorcycle has been brought into the playing area here at the Corniche. And Kilganon just positioning his prop. What's going to happen here? We've seen him use humans as tees. What will come from the creative mind of Jordan Kilganon, who's posted perfect scores of 60. 30 in the first round, 30 in the second round of the semi-final. That's how he's booked his place here in the final. Just saw him get his head up by the hoop when he tested out his hops off 2 feet. So there's a bike, there's a human, there's a ball on top of the human's head. Here comes Kilganon, just testing out his run-up. Is the bike in the right place? He's not certain, so he needs the rider back to get the bike adjusted. So the clock's still not ticking. I said he's going to get the first bike adjusted. He wants another bike. So 2 motorcycles beneath the hoop. 1 tall athlete who will serve as a human tee. The second bike just being adjusted slightly by the rider. Kilganon looking to get these in perfect position. The clock not ticking down. But this is going to take some orchestration.
Here we go. So, Jordan, Mission Impossible, Kilganon, and Rafal. Mr. Lipek Lipinski advanced to the finals, where now we have
3 dunks, 3 rounds of dunks in this final. And Kilganon just in conversation with a man serving as the tee Two high-powered motorbikes in position beneath the basket.
So everybody, if y'all are
Everybody focused
let me hear you make some
on the court. Kilganon asking for encouragement from the crowd. Clock starts to tick. Reverse dunk off 2 feet, and he's saying that's it, it's over. 10, 10, 10 from the 3 judges courtside, soaring over 2 motorbikes, picking up the ball off the tee to perfection, bringing it down by his knees and throwing down the reverse with authority. Terrific explosion off 2 feet from the edge of the key, soaring through the air, eye to eye with the hoop, and reminiscent of Vince Carter making that gesture saying it's over. But still, 2 rounds to come. Jordan Kilganon posts another perfect score of 30 in the final. Lipinski is going to have to respond with something nasty to keep his title challenge in contention. So Lipek Lipinski calling for Manila North, who were eliminated at the quarterfinal stage. But they may well have departed the arena. We wanted Manila North out on the floor. That would bring a round of applause from the crowd, most certainly. Manila North not in the vicinity. So now he's looking for some perhaps pretty brave volunteers. And he's found them in the form of Dunking Devils, who use trampets and crash mats to execute their high-flying acrobatics. 4 of them in a line. There's no trampoline in effect here. The spring-heeled leaps come from the calves of Lipek Lipinski. He just seen his opponent in the final post a perfect 30 by soaring over 2 motorbikes. And now the Dunking Devils being used as a 4-man tee. Lipek Lipinski retreats to the corner of this half court beyond the sideline. There's a baseline for me, crisscross track. Jump, jump, plays in the background off 2 feet. Oh my goodness, that's nice. Head up by the hoop. Windmill off the pickup and wrapping it around to hammer it home with plenty of force and power. Look at the bounce. The distance from which he took off was really impressive. And there, a bird's eye view from high above the rim. Rafal Lipek Lipinski answering in kind. Touché, Jordan Kilganon, because he just posted a perfect 30 of his own. It's on here in Abu Dhabi. This dunk title is going to be hard-earned indeed. 2 rounds to go, and we are deadlocked. 30 points apiece after 1 dunk apiece. So a dancer has been called into action once again. Although on this occasion, rather than dynamism and energy, her role requires her to be perfectly still. Gonna have to be rather brave as well because she can't see the athlete hurtling towards her, holding up the ball beneath the hoop. The clock is ticking. We have a minute left. Kilganon, focused. Oh, now that is nasty. That is nasty. Let's hope the clock gets stopped. Because my goodness, he fully committed to that leap. Fully committed to that leap. And his footing gave way beneath him. Worrying scenes there. You've seen the speed with which these athletes approach the hoop and the force that they generate when they explode off 2 feet. On that occasion, his footing giving way beneath him. Thankfully, the clock has stopped. It stopped at 48 seconds. And rather sportingly, I can tell you that just beyond the sideline, Rafal Lipinski is helping him in his selection of his alternative footwear. So that's nice to see. Fierce competition between these two high-flying athletes. But they're helping one another out because you can bet that these men will want to beat their opponents when each is at their best. So, sneakers adjusted.
He's giving y'all something. Ah, there you go.
Prizes given out to the crowd. And now, well, the clock is counting once again. It's already at 40. So it's under a bit of pressure from the clock here. Remember, it starts at 75. He's still doing his calculations. It's to figure out just where he wants that ball and where he needs to take off from. He possesses so much bounce. I'm sure there's quite a fair margin for error. As he steps back beyond the arc, he's going to have to make this dunk because we're already at 20 seconds on the clock and counting. Oh! There was more than enough rise because his head was up by the basket. 10 seconds remaining, he's going to be out of time. He's not happy about that, so he's going to have to do something. It's going to be basic, it's going to be forceful. Here he goes off 2 feet. Windmill dunk, can't get it to go. That's really unfortunate. Kilganon's footwear let him down on his opening dunk attempt. So his second attempt will be 0 across the board. He's not happy. And he says, what? Can't believe that the clock was counted against him and started just as soon as he re-entered after changing his shoes. So now, Lipinski in a really commanding position because the second round dunk for Kilganon abortive. Look at the height on that one. Don't tell me it wasn't high enough to hammer it home, but just ran out of reach and caught the front rim. So that's a strong daredevil dunker standing on the base of that tower. Now, if he's going to collect this, I wouldn't begin to like to estimate how tall that tower is. But it's not tall enough to deny Rafal Lipinski another spectacular dunk. Soaring over a two-man tower, picking up the basketball and flushing it home with the one-handed dunk that gleans tens across the board. Spectacular throwdown. Still getting his elbow joint up in the hoop. Just how high is he elevated here? Off 2 feet. No jetpack required. Rafal Lipinski with another perfect score of 30. So Kilganon sportingly comes out to attempt his third and final dunk, put the ball well and truly in Lipinski's court here, because irrespective of what Kilganon does, tried the toss to himself. And Lipinski acting as ball boy, he's getting the crowd into it, but one suspects that he's on the cusp of his fourth FIBA 3x3 World Tour Dunk Championship title.
He still has 3 attempts.
So no clock, interestingly, on this one for Kilganon. How he could have done without the pressure of a clock on his previous attempt.
Oh! 2 attempts left.
So they have gone down as 2 dunk attempts despite not getting the ball up around the basket.
Let's go. Mr. Kilganon.
Kilganon's expended an awful lot of energy, calling for the referee.
Calls out one of the refs. Let's see. Sabor Edmund from Hong Kong. All right, he's going to hold the ball over his head. All right, let's see if he's going to blow the whistle.
So Kilganon positioning the referee.
Make sure everything is there. Heard somebody blow a whistle. Here we go.
on the cusp of the no charge zone. Left a bit, right a bit. Precise business, this. So Kilganon showing us one dunk attempt contested on the board, but it was announced that he had had 2 dunk attempts with 1 left. So Kilganon towards the hoop. Gets his pickup wrong. So 1 attempt remains for Kilganon. Remember, as the shot clock elapsed, on his second dunk attempt, he came away with a 0 after a perfect score of 30 on his first dunk attempt. So, going for the same dunk again.
Let's see. It's about to go down now. Abu Dhabi. Let me hear you make some noise. Let's go.
So, final dunk attempt for Jordan Kilganon. And he doesn't get the pickup right. Well, he pushed the boundaries. The Jordan Kilganon soared over 2 motorbikes for a spectacular throwdown on his first attempt. But the winner of the Beijing Masters dunk contest, Jordan Kilganon, going to finish in 2nd place here after flaming out on dunk attempts number 2 and 3 in the final. But this man has been perfect. Rafal Lipinski has already secured his 4th title. We've had a 2-man tower. Now we've got one of the daredevil dunkers on a chair. So I suspect that this tower is even taller. Hat to the back on this dunk attempt. Well, that t-shirt says it all. So he's calling for more volunteers after 4 chairs have been positioned by the hoop. We've already seen him clear a 2-man tower. And now, this is a tower composed of 4 daredevil dunkers standing on chairs. You can see their head not too far beneath the bottom of the net. And that's going to serve as a collective tee, almost like a wigwam. The 4 players holding it in their hand precariously above their heads. Look how high Lipinski's having to reach from standing. That gives you an idea of how high that ball is currently perched. Rafal Lipinski looking to explode over this 4-man tower. And here he goes. Oh, that's spectacular. Collecting the basketball off a 4-man tower and hammering down the reverse with a Celtic green baseball cap up by the hoop once again. Rafal Lipinski. Well, if that got anything other than a 30, I think these judges are rather churlish. Haven't had a look at the final score from the judges' courtside. We'll see the scores shortly, I'm sure. But the result of that final dunk, almost academic. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Look at the height on the elevation once again. Picked up the ball successfully. And for the 4th World Tour final in succession, Rafal Lipinski wins his 4th dunk title. He goes home $2,000 richer, but more importantly, the man who came in as a 3-time FIBA 3x3 World Tour dunk champ makes it 4 titles. Nice to see him sharing the spotlight with Jordan Kilganon. He goes home with $500 US, but the winner's prize And indeed, the glory of being crowned champion once again goes to Jordan Kilganon.